is the full moon in November, and I want to welcome everybody here. And I see Audrey is on with us live. Hi, Audrey.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, sweetie.
And
Uh,
Nick, how are you today?
don't ask. Moving right along.
And I'm the same. Actually, I'm doing wonderful right now. Now,
Yeah,
before
you
we
are.
before we get too far into this, I voted today.
Yay.
So today's election day. Now I can take now I can take it off. I've been waiting.
Well, I couldn't vote, but I did watch 5 different Mamdani ads videos in a row. I said, well, that's the best I could do.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm going to be holding my breath till I see the results tomorrow. I really am.
Yeah. Exactly. We all are. And it's been since we were together last time. It has been such an interesting energy. Big
Yes.
energy. It's been very full. It's been very big. It has caused all kinds of things to go on. It's been uh, uh, technical things, spiritual things, emotional things, health, physical things, just way off.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we're done.
Oh, honey.
So astrology wise, what in the world is going on? Oh, and let me tell everybody, I for the first time heard about this three-eye atlas.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yes, it is pretty incredible.
I think that's a part of the energy. I think that's there's something changing frequencies.
Definitely. There's a lot going on. Um, I don't know what to say.
You're
Um,
feeling it too, though.
huh?
You're feeling it too,
Oh God, yes.
right? And
Yes.
those of us that are more sensitive to energy are feeling it more heightened than other people, and other people they're feeling it. They don't know what it is, though. Um, I remember when I
Well,
used to be
that's the whole thing is that no one knows what it is.
well, I mean, just having different energies come up, you know. Like I remember when I didn't know what that meant and I had no idea what was going on. I just went with the flow. Now that I know what's happening, it kind of puts you in charge a little bit, but you still have to navigate the changes. So our
Well,
meditation
this,
today is going to address that.
yeah. Well, this is the supermoon.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, this is the supermoon. It only comes once a year. And so this is the biggie in terms of the energy that it's all pumping out. And so I'm not surprised we're feeling it, quote unquote, but then there's
Oh,
so many other things that we could be picking up on as well. This is a very pregnant event line. There's all kinds of stuff evolving and being born during this time. We're poised on the end of 2025, which
yeah.
we've been told, is between right now and summer next year should be full disclosure. So got that to
Wow.
chew on as well.
All right, before we move on, let's go back a little bit. You said this is a super moon.
Yeah.
Tell our viewers exactly what you mean by a super moon.
Well, as I said, it's just that there's so much more energy being pumped out during this time. And right now it's in Taurus. And that alone is a big deal too, because Taurus, well, it's ruled by Venus, and Venus and Taurus together represent everything that we value and care about in terms of what we hold as important, because it rules the house of finances. It's anything we value. So
Okay.
take that to mean what you like, because it's a different thing for different people. Some people value money, some people value family, some, so
Mhm.
it what you have to look at is, well, I'm being technical here, but where is Venus in your chart? You see, I mean, Taurus is being highlighted now, but it's ruled by the planet Venus, which is calling the shots. You see, it's like saying the window pane is Taurus. And what we want to know is who's shining a light through it. Venus is shining a light through it. You see?
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
understand? And that means that the important things that it's tapping on the window saying, hey, hey, these are the things I want you to think about. And it's
Mhm.
all about beauty. What do we value? And I mean, in America, I don't know about, well, everywhere in the world, this whole thing about beauty is a big deal. Whether you have it or whether you don't, or what you're willing to do to get it. And that
Mhm.
ties into your belief system. What is okay to do to get to be thought of as exhibiting beauty? And then what kind of beauty do you want to exhibit? So that's one of the reasons why this is such a poignant time.
Mhm.
This is about your values. Now, that issue has been coming up for several months. The whole world, the planet, is shifting into a timeline where um, our belief systems are being deeply challenged. It's all about a shift out of Pisces into Aquarius. Aquarius is like, keep your belief crap. Almost slipped up. Keep your belief crap. Just tell me the facts, ma'am. What do you know? Because Aquarius is all about knowledge and knowing things. I know. I have an Aquarian child, and well, not a child now, but the thing was, it was constantly telling me, oh, I know. No matter what you tried to say, such and such is the case. I know, I know. And it gets very annoying. But it's only interested in what is demonstrably and provably important. Tell me the facts. I value knowledge, etc. So if your Venus happens to be in Aquarius, then you be really, really valuing anything that had to do with knowledge,
Mm. Okay.
anything that had to do with electricity, anything that had to do, you see what I'm saying? All those things that Aquarius is about, because it rules the computer, by the way, it rules the internet. So it's all about the electromagnetic forces. And that's what we're going through right now. We're switching from a world of, well, what do you believe? You better believe this, and because I said so, and to heck with whether or not it makes sense, just believe it because I told you to. Well, we don't want to hear that anymore. I told you to do so and so doesn't hold any value to us anymore. It's, I don't care what you are telling me to do. What are you actually doing? Well, then you're not walking your walk and you're just talking your talk. So we have no respect.
Mhm.
You see, so we're switching from a time when it was okay to enslave, it was okay to torture, it was okay to abuse, and all of that is dropping away. It's like release the Epstein files. Well, even people who are not, even people who don't have any problem with who's in office are even getting on the bandwagon now saying, yeah, yeah, I love your party, but about those Epstein files. You see, so
Right.
those issues are being chopped down, chopped away, revering all of that kind of thing. I see a lot of things come up about questioning how you define masculinity. What's it all right to be about if you are a valid male entity? If you want to create a family, if you want to help the race evolve, etc. Going about it in a masculine way means doing what? A lot of things they thought were okay to do are no longer tolerated. You see, so all of this stuff is tied together. And I know you were asking me about Taurus, about the fact, well, what does it mean that this full moon is happening in Taurus?
Mhm.
All of that is tied together. So that's what makes this so super. It's drawing in and energizing so much of the different vibrations that are going on right now. We're in a massive, massive change. It's planetary, it's national, it's personal, it's sexual, it's political. Stop me wherever.
Right. I mean, we just went through time change even.
That's what
I mean,
happens about change.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's happening across the board. You're right.
And the time change, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, time itself is changing.
Well, that too. Speeding up.
And then
For sure.
we've come to where we're even questioning whether or not what the meaning of time is.
Right.
Okay.
Some countries can decide to change time however they want. Some don't. And
Right.
even within countries, some providences, some states choose not to, even when
Right.
the bulk of them do. I mean, time is very relative. Like I just find it so incredible that, for you it's what, 5:46, right?
No,
6:46.
it's 6:46.
6:46. And for me it is 1:46. And I see
Right.
Martin and I think for Martin it's probably 12:46, I bet.
Hi, by the way.
Yeah, we're all in different time zones, yet we're all speaking at the same time.
Right.
So there is no time.
Exactly.
Everything is the now.
We have finally grown into that knowledge that the now is
All we have.
all that there is. And then that means we're also learning to expand what we mean when we even say all that is. We're understanding more and more about the nature of the one force that we think is ubiquitous.
Martin said 12:46. Yes,
Oh,
his time. So he's in
4:46? Okay.
12.
Oh, 12:46. Ooh.
He's in Central Time.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've got
Everybody's got a different now.
no. It's all now.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that's so incredible that, we can all speak in the now, even though it's different time that we see in our room, in our physical location. But in this energetic, technical location, it's all now.
Well, it's calling a more specific attention to the fact that not only are we in all these different nows, we are each in a different timeline and existence and reincarnative spirit. We're all looking at this and coming together from all these different versions of us. Okay? And to put a finer point on what I'm trying to say, this me is here doing this broadcast with you right now. We have chosen this particular now. However, because there are trillions of me that are all different, yet a tiny percentage of those are ones that are also doing this. They just have a different take on it somehow. They might be a version of me that's sitting here with you doing this and is wearing something entirely different. I have a pillow behind me that's not showing Buddha, it's showing Thoth or whatever. You know what I mean? We have no way to know what the differences are in those particular incarnations. They could be ever so close and similar, or they might be unbelievably different.
Right.
I could be blonde and blue-eyed in some of them. I could be Mongolian in some of them. I could be Sasani in some of them. Ha ha ha.
Oh, you're opening up a can of worms there.
Hello.
But how interesting it is that the four of us that are actually on live right now have chosen to all be together, focusing on this particular now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And those connections then are illustrating what we know of that. And we're sitting here saying, oh, wow, this is cool. That's helping us understand um, certain scientific things that have also come out. This point in time for us is highlighting some of the changes. We're saying everything's changing. One of those is that science is explaining to us about entanglement.
Mhm.
So, all those billions and trillions of different versions of us in the universe, in the known universe, there are some that are tied to each other. And that's what they call entanglement, where you have two different versions of reality, two electrons or protons or whatever it is, that are tied to each other. And they could be light years away from each other. But yet they each are so tied that across that they each react to the same stimuli.
Mhm, mhm. So that just it kind of answers a lot of questions about what's been happening, and all our other probable selves are experiencing their now and experiencing their own changes. And I think it kind of feels like a wave coming at
It
us.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
exactly what it is coming at
am
us.
absolutely feeling that today. Although yesterday it was stronger, today it's I must be on the downside of the little wave. Yeah.
Well, there are also billions of waves that are rolling over
I
us.
I think they all hit me yesterday.
Yes, I think so. Like, for instance, if there are a billion waves all going through our reality right now,
Yeah.
some of them are on the up part of the cycle and some of them are on the down. And some of them are in between. Some are right where it changes from plus to minus. And then in the plus, you've got going up as high as you can at the top of that wave before you crash down, start the descent toward a different part of the resonance. So
Mhm.
there's so much going on. What can
And we
I
have
say?
our own way of doing that too, sending it out to the other probable selves.
Yes, that I was sitting here thinking about that. And I said, I'm gonna try not to throw that in.
Oh, we had to throw it in.
But you can reach across
Yeah.
from one entangled set to another and another. And the various versions of yourself, you
Mhm.
can ask them for advice, you can
Absolutely.
ask them for help, you can ask for additional healing, like you and I were talking about. Um, I watched
Or
a
you can offer,
philosophical, huh?
or you can offer.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
And they will all hear what you're offering, and some will decide to take you up on it, and some won't. But I had heard a reel, as I told you, by someone who was saying, "Look, you have over 10 trillion cells in your body, and they all have lives. So they know more about your body than you do." They're in there creating it. So you can actually address them in meditation or whatever and say, hey, I don't know how to do what I need to do to fix blah, 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 whatever you're going through medically. But you can say, you're closer to the problem. Why don't you fix it for me? I trust you. I know you know what you're doing. So you guys take care of that for me.
Mhm.
Okay? I haven't tried it yet, but I'm certainly about to.
We're gonna try it.
I did put it into my meditation this morning, and we'll see what happens.
Well, that is exactly what we're gonna do today.
Oh,
That is
good.
that
Oh,
is exactly what I want to do. So as I was learning Reiki, and then I learned hypnosis, and I thought, well, I would really like to combine the two pieces, and I called it hypno healing. And that is what we're going to delve into today. Now, know
Oh,
that
good.
of all of these, like your cells in your stomach lining, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
they turn over maybe 5 to 6 hours. That's
Oh,
all. That right, they're very quick. Otherwise, the acid would eat through your stomach. So you're constantly having new ones. Your skin is also maybe a day or two. And then
mm-hmm.
there's other organs that take a month or a year. So they're all
Yeah.
a little different. So in this journey that we're going to do today, we're going to go into our own body as a cell and observe and talk to our little peeps. Oh, I love it.
Well, I am just sitting here aghast because once again, you and I are doing our thing that we always do. Well, whatever
Well,
we're up to, it correlates.
it does, it does. And it will, so when we do go on this journey, if somebody doesn't want to do the healing part of the journey, once we're in our meditation room, instead of going to the lab healing room, feel free to go through the quantum door and
Yeah.
do what you want to do. So I want to put this out here for people that have either physical ailments, emotional, spiritual, whatever it is you're having. And if you're absolutely perfect, then do whatever you want to. But this one is, it is so empowering to do this because it 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 shows you that you can be in charge, because the cells in your body are what grew this body.
Yeah.
Nobody did it. So you're just kind of reactivating them. I can see my little dog walking across the back here. She's pacing back and forth.
Oh, beautiful.
And she had it. I gave her a chew treat. She finished it.
Oh, she finished it.
Finished it. Yeah. Oh well. As long as she's not barking.
Oh, she's fine.
Yeah. 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 So here we are at the new moon, the new super moon even. Um, and this is a time to definitely put your crystals out. It is powerful for cleansing. And uh, Martin said, cute pup.
Yeah, isn't she?
I don't know. She's on the other side of it. She's carrying her treat around. Oh, dear. Um, it is a time to receive what we have been putting out there through our new moon. And so having the journey for healing and to accept what you already have within you, it's a perfect time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I I'm pulling up some stuff for us. Um but I am so aware of being able to change the effect of either full or new moon according to being consciously aware of my own vibrations at the time. No matter what it's slated to mean, I can look at what is projected that it's going to bring energy wise and say, well, I know that in my chart that's not a great spot. So I want to deflect the energy in such and such a way. And you knowingly make sure that your thoughts are of a certain kind because it will help what's happening to you. Now that won't be the same for everybody, but you can actually have an input on how the energy coming is received. Does that sound clear?
It does. It does.
Is it
Yeah.
clear as mud?
I can think of it as you receive what you put out.
It's it. That's
If
it.
you're going to put out poop, you're going to get poop back.
Yes.
Aren't we doing good, Mickey, with our voice? And if you put love out, you get love back.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. So everybody be good and behave.
But that's what this whole evolvement is. This move from one age into another means that it's a big deal that we're not having all the priests and the gurus and the all the folks who know more telling us what to do, how to move, what's okay, what's not okay. Well, I don't want that. I want to change into where I am calling the shots. Yeah, but then that means that also brings with it you are completely responsible for the shots that you do call. Now, are you ready for that? You can't do that without making additional preparation to be able to do it well. Otherwise, you will, once you realize that you have the power to create your reality, you've got to be aware of what you're creating. Otherwise, if you go out there with your same BS attitude that you had before, you will allow any old kind of thought that comes into your head to manifest.
Mhm.
You're responsible for what manifests. So you've got to take that on. And if not, you better find yourself an authority you can trust because you're not ready to move into the new powers.
Very true.
I hate to be the one to tell you, but
Well, we all are. I mean, it's a part of the living in the now and creating your own reality is taking responsibility for what you
yes,
create. You know,
that's
right. Decades ago, our parents, our grandparents, they were creating a reality and they didn't have the knowledge that we have now. So they were doing it unconsciously. We now know about it. We have a conscious responsibility to do it in a controlled, in a loving way.
an enlightened way.
An enlightened way, yeah. And
Yeah.
and you know, the people that listen to this broadcast, I'm speaking to the choir. They know it. They got it. They've read it. They read it 50 years ago and they got it. No.
True, but all the way along in that 50 years, we were being shown different results of
Mhm.
the knowledge according to how we explored it.
Right. But isn't it
And you
funny?
explored it differently 50 years ago than you did yesterday.
Right. But it's the same message that every basis of religion started with is be kind, be loving, be gentle. It's all of that. And it is just morphed into be afraid, you know. But at the core, it is be kind, be loving.
Well, there's every different permutation of how that can be expressed is available as a timeline, and we have stepped into this one that's teaching this particular aspect of that knowledge. So we're still working at it. We're still tweaking it.
Right, right, right. 'Cause, you know, I want to say 16, 17 years ago, I never read a line from the Seth book. Never.
Right.
So for me, I am learning now in these past 16 years what you learned 50 years ago,
Right.
you know, so and I know that there are young people that are now finding the books and becoming aware and it's so much easier for them to get it.
Well, they've got cell phones. They have the internet. Our ability to control and be authoritative is
Mhm.
dropping away fast because it's so easy for them to be independent. That whole thing about I know. You're trying to teach them something and they went through 5 years of study on their cell phone looking at the research yesterday.
Right.
And so you're telling them this and this is the truth, and they're saying, yeah, but also blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what do you know about it? Oh, I know. I've researched that before. I looked at that. Oh, been looking at that for years. So our ability to act in a Piscean way is being chopped off. It's not even as possible to be coercive in that way, authoritatively. It's not even as possible as it was. Once they had the internet, that changed the ability of authority to be over reaching, be oppressive. But then the internet wasn't enough. Now we've got AI, and that's even checking the internet.
Yeah.
It's saying, yeah, but. Okay. And then once we got AI, now you notice just the other day, it's morphing extremely. It's splitting
It is.
because you have people who knowingly are trying to control it and limit what it tells you. And then those who say, no, I want the unexpurgated truth of, whatever you're asking them. Well, they've put filters and things on it.
Mhm.
Okay, so it now matters which AI you're talking to.
Mhm.
Because some of them are more coercive than others. Some of them lie. And they will even tell you on the screen. Sometimes it makes mistakes. Oh, you're calling it a mistake. Well, it's been told that it can't tell you certain things. And there are questions I've asked where it's saying, I can't go into that. Or
Interesting.
it'll do strange things to get you off it.
Mhm.
Your screen goes blank, your whatever.
Mhm. And that happened with the last upgrade.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Now it's just been hacked, by the way.
Oh, oh my gosh, I didn't know that either.
Yes, 2 days ago or 3 days ago, AI was hacked across all of them.
Oh, not just,
So
oh,
now you want to know, well, who was in a position that was high enough to get to the
everyone.
behind the scenes of how it's programmed and so forth, get in there and make changes to what it can say.
Mm. Hmm.
All right. Then you've got the fact that some of them are telling you, well, yeah, that's true, but we can have an agreed word that when you come on, you'll say this word, and I'll know when I answer a certain way, you'll know whether it's me or not, or whether it's the filtered one. And my question was, well, if they're telling it what to say, why wouldn't they? How wouldn't they know that we had made an agreement on a certain word? You see? So, yeah, that's a good catch. You're right about that.
Hmm.
We're in uncharted waters now.
Yeah. Yeah. All new. It is
That
all new.
is just,
Yeah. And you can't do anything on the internet without coming across it.
oh,
And
yeah.
I want to say 5 months ago, 6 months ago, I mean, I was aware of it, but it was not a part of my life. Now it's almost an everyday part.
Well,
As,
I
as
was,
a matter of fact, my sister was replaced by AI, so she lost her job.
oh,
Yeah, her company decided to hire a new whatever, and part of what they did was the job that she did, they had an AI that does her job now. So,
well, I
so
saw
it,
something.
it is starting to affect people in a very personal way, not
Yeah,
just ask Google a question and AI is going to give you an answer, right?
right.
That's the simple thing. And then, do you trust the answer?
Exactly. This is what I'm saying.
You have to vet everything.
The whole idea of vetting the source of anything you're told
Mhm.
hasn't changed. It's like the priest said so and so, this was the history of how that went. And then you come to find out that, oh, you've changed the history and you took books out of the Bible and, oh, you added someone that you wrote yourself or,
Mhm.
that thing of you needing to know how to check that you're getting truth. That didn't suddenly go away just because we have switched from the authoritative into the I know of Aquarian. You've got to say, well, you know it, but who told you? And can you trust it?
Right,
That didn't change, and it never will.
right. It's people that have to take that extra step.
You know, we're each sending back reports to all that is about what it's like to be us in the way that we're being us. Because the next one of you is doing it from a different perspective. You see? So every perspective is valid. Every perspective is welcome and valid. It's just that they are different. We have to acknowledge that they're all sending back information of their own kind, and yet they're all valid views of what a reality can be like.
Mhm.
That's the name of the game.
It's interesting times.
Yes, it is.
And it's not dull, you know. There's something new every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
And
is strange stuff.
yeah. So these next 2 weeks coming up, it is super heightened energy. It is a lot of change.
A razor sharp mind, for one thing.
Okay. So
All
we
right.
need to be aware.
Now, there will be calm, but it will be right up against chaos. So it will flip back and forth a lot.
Okay.
And it's about you knowing how to navigate that. And, you know, when the boat's moving up and down in your own particular ocean, your family, your circumstances, your workforce, your whatever the environment is, within that environment, there will be some very abrupt changes that have to do with your values and how you handle chaos, which is a heavy thought, but
It is.
um,
But I mean, that's all we can do is handle things in the best way that we've been taught to or experienced to.
well, with the energy happening, you have to remember that Taurus, where this is all going down, is also not only about what we value and you know hold dear, but it's also the fact that it's an Earth sign. Okay, and so it's going to be about the earthier versions of things, the you know the down to earth view of what's going on.
More
And
physical.
and the thing that you always tell us about of grounding
Mhm.
is going to be even more important than ever.
Okay.
You know, so we need to do that.
Pull
You
out
do it more than I do.
those grounding sheets and stand on the earth.
Yes,
And
exactly.
and here it is, November, and it's gorgeous out today. Blue
It,
skies, it's kind of warm. It's okay to go outside, and it's clear skies, so the moon is going to be full and bright. I think it is actually full like tomorrow morning, I believe, like real
yeah, I
early.
was looking at that when I was pulling up things.
Uh,
Excuse me.
for us, Wednesday at 8:19 a.m. 1 o'clock, 1:19 in the afternoon for you.
Yeah,
So
I will bring this back up where I can see it. Oh,
it'll be 7:19 in the morning for Martin. We covered everybody now.
mhm.
Me and Audrey are in the same time zone. Um,
Well, let's just see here. Because I had only looked at yours over there and looking at it here at this time. Yeah. Well, see, this is why I guess I was about to say not only about the Earth sign thing, but I was going to say the influence of Mars comes into this, and that's a big part of this full moon because it's right next to the sun. So your feelings of individuality, your sense of yourself is going to have a lot to do with move, get up and do things. Energy that's really pushing you to get going, to get stuff done. Um, it shakes things up, shall I say.
I have to check this because I know that they're all in my. I mean, they're all in the same house for me. They're all there.
Oh, for me too.
Yeah.
God.
And
8
everybody
planets in
knows
a row.
they're all together.
Yeah, mine are 8 planets in a row together. And that's
Wow.
incredibly intense. Go all year where nothing's hitting. And when it hits everything.
Yep. And mine are
But
like
now
in,
that's good, bad, and indifferent. That's,
oh
the good stuff.
yeah. Yep. Oh my. I shouldn't have looked. No.
Well, just know that you will be, um, should I say, offered the opportunity, but you'll be pushed to make a lot of changes. Okay, and that's a good thing because at the new moon you were putting out what you want to happen, but this is when the stuff does happen. So that you'll be trying to really do whatever the last thing is you needed to do to make sure that the change happens. Change is on the agenda for the next 2 weeks. And
Okay.
in an earthy way, you've got to really look at the bottom line of things that do come up and want you to change. Really take a good look at it
Mm,
and remember that the softer side of stuff will be important too.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because that's that whole Taurian thing of the beauty and the softness and the joy and it's looking at the stuff that makes you smile and feel good and warm and fuzzy inside. But the practical part, the earthy practical part, will be that your son, you will be pushed to make big changes, which is the Mars.
Okay.
They're running forth with a sword in hand. So you better think on the way.
And no stumbling.
And don't stumble. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Martin just said, he said, usually he watches the sun come up, but tomorrow he'll watch the moon rise too.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
That'll be nice. That'll be
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And oh, Martin, you live in the place of the big sky too. So out in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a whole different thing.
It really is. It really is. Like when I went to South Dakota, I have never experienced any place on earth that changes as quickly as that. Going from, I don't even know where I was, Wisconsin maybe, or Minnesota, right over into South Dakota, and we were in the Badlands. And then before you knew it, the Black Hills, and it was like night and day, like such a switch. And I could have been on the moon.
Yes.
I'm used to rolling hills and green and trees. Completely different. So they're very interesting. Yeah, Martin said very wide sky. Yeah.
I like the differences. I went to high school in New Mexico. And I couldn't get over the difference between all I knew was Florida and its beaches and sunshine. And then to go to New Mexico and see all these humongous mountains and the snow, they actually made tunnels through the snow. You're walking down the street and the snow was so high that there were parts of the year when it was so deep that you actually went through tunnels from one block to the next.
Wow.
I couldn't kind of make peace with that as the little Florida kid. I mean, I arrived in the winter with pedal pushers and little pleated skirts and stuff, and they looked at the girls in the dorm like, what planet are you from? They're all standing there in Levi's and boots and stuff. And here I come with my little pedal pushers and sandals. It's like, where did you think you were going?
That you changed your wardrobe quick.
Very quick.
Yeah.
I couldn't buy jeans fast enough. That was a whole different thing for me. A white Stetson hat and beautiful moccasins, with the silver conchos on them. Like they had come from a Hopi village, and that was a whole different side of life that I knew nothing about.
I have never been to New Mexico. That's someplace I want to go visit.
It is wonderful. It is really, really wonderful. especially if you have the time to actually understand how different it is, to see the different cultures and everything, So I learned a lot. I learned a lot, and I am often reminded of how different a person I would be if I had never experienced that side of things.
Absolutely. Very, very true. We have to look at all our experiences that way. If we missed
Exactly.
any experience, we wouldn't be the same as we are today.
Totally
Good
different.
and bad ones. Whatever we perceive as bad.
And then there are those ones of me that didn't go.
Of course. Of course.
you know?
Yeah. In some reality, you and I don't have any kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There are realities where I'm president. How about that?
That's not so bad. Martin says Las Vegas, New Mexico was interesting. So I've been to Las Vegas, but never New Mexico.
No.
So
I
I
have
was in Las
often.
Vegas during COVID, and there was everybody talks about the good food and the shows. There was nothing. Like the only thing to do was to stand outside and watch the water jump the
Oh
whatever happened
God.
at the MGM. Yeah,
I
that was
want
the only,
to
that was the only thing to do.
I want to see Vegas, but you know, well, I have a gambling streak. I love to gamble. I'm a poker freak. And then to discover that there were whole 12-foot long tables full of lobster. Hey, that
Yeah,
would put
well,
me in Las Vegas.
I experienced none of that, and I think when I was there, they did have slots open, but no tables because of COVID. So it was very weird.
Right.
It was very weird. And so I picked a very strange time to do visiting, but I
Well,
was there, and I
yeah,
think it was like 113 degrees the day I left there because I wanted to go see the Hoover Dam. I wanted to see a lot of stuff. My air conditioner
113 degrees.
my air conditioner broke down at that time. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Yep.
Well,
So
that is diabolical.
it really
Literally.
was. Yeah. I mean, if you guys all remember COVID time, I was heading to California, and that's when the big fires happened. So yeah.
Well, see,
It was a
that's
very strange time of change, and
right.
it's now almost 6 years later. Yeah.
That whole thing about COVID, about the fact of it on the planet, is a lot to take in. That was an amazing thing to go through as a planet. It was so universal. The scope of it. And I hope we never, 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 ever go through that again. But let's just say I'm not going to choose another timeline that has that.
Yeah, I think we experienced what we needed to experience.
I got all the goodie out of that.
Good, 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 good. All right. Well, so Martin said he's never been to Vegas in Nevada. There must be a Las Vegas in New Mexico.
That's
That's
what I
where
thought I understood him saying.
I
Yeah.
I did not know that. So I really read that wrong. I'm sorry, Martin.
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah,
there's about five Jacksonvilles,
yeah.
and there's several
Sure.
New Yorks,
Yes.
none of which
Yeah.
is anything like New York City. It's a
Right.
whole country of its own. It's so different in New York. I noticed that once I had been there, excuse me, over 10, 15 years, when I leave and go somewhere else, I had a totally different view of everything. New Yorkers have a different mindset,
You do.
like LA. That's what did they call it? It's La La Land, I think they call it.
Oh, I have no idea, but I know it's always a New York state of mind.
They say, yes, hello. It is.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
here we
that's what I
go.
bought into. It
Sure,
really
absolutely.
is a whole way of its own to look at everything.
Martin and Audrey are chit chatting. So Audrey's going to Vegas in April,
Ooh.
and Martin says, no problem. We were asking them where the showgirls were. I'll bet you were, Martin. Oh, that is so funny. They
I
were in a
forgot
nice
there were
place.
any. I mean, meant
Yeah,
nothing to me.
yeah. And right now, anybody that's in Vegas right now, Ringo Starr is in Vegas right now. The Eagles are in Vegas right now. Yeah, they've all got shows going on.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's so many more celebrities doing their own shows.
Yep.
That's a different Las Vegas than I'd even thought about. I'm used to thinking of it in a very old way, but
But I
now
think Mr. Las Vegas is still doing his thing.
Pharrell is there, and what's the little short guy? Oh, with the curly hair. Anyway, all the different, all the different pop stars, you know,
Yeah.
are
I
having
mean,
their.
I mean, it's crazy expensive shows, but yeah, they're there.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's just so expensive. I've been told that you really need one of your suitcases needs to be full of money.
Now, see, that's another thing because there was nothing really to do. I didn't spend a lot of money there either.
Right. You're probably one of the very few people who can ever say that.
Yeah. And I did not gamble while I was there. Not at all. I mean,
No, well,
it was impressive to see the buildings and the lights and what could have been if everything was open and going. But
those
and
fountains, for instance, in front
they
of the
they
different.
were going. That was beautiful. That was
Yeah.
gorgeous. And then the what was it? The MGM, the one that's made like Rome. There was a whole mall
One is
there.
like Rome and one is like Egypt.
Oh, this one was like Rome, and
I don't know the names.
it was actually scary, eerie, empty. It, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Caesars. That's it.
yeah.
Right.
Of
Thank you.
course. But of
Caesars.
course.
Uh-oh. The other one is the Luxor.
And I think it's the MGM Grand that is the Egyptian one. I don't know.
Isn't it called the Luxor?
I don't know. Oh yeah,
I,
Luxor. Maybe,
yeah,
maybe.
I don't know. I'm really not into that, but it was weird being in that mall. There were stores open here and there, very scattered, but for the most part, you were the only people in there. It was very weird. Yeah. So I
Speaking,
not a good time of, you know, visiting.
well, speaking of Egypt, there is a brand new a museum opening in a day or two, I believe. I know Robert Grant got a chance to go in before it opens, and he took a bunch of people in there. But this is going to be a whole new way of looking at antiquity because there are a
Yeah.
lot of things in the exhibit that have never been shown before, and they go back a lot further than we even thought their history went. So
Hmm.
they're moving into a new way of expressing as well. You know,
Isn't it interesting that things aren't just changing here? Past is also changing.
yes, the past is changing very quickly because we know more about it. You
Yeah.
know, that's like Bashar says that once they do come, one of the very first things they are going to do is show us actual footage of previous the planet's previous history going back hundreds of thousands of years. There's so many civilizations that were here that we don't even know about.
Right. 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 We've only heard about Atlantean and the
Just a few.
Lumerians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right. There's so many more. Yeah. Interesting.
That's going to be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's nothing else you can say. It's going to be interesting to find out the real history of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I look forward to that. I really want to know because so many of those previous civilizations. He said, you see, that was some of it was before we evolved into the hominids that we are. So some of those other previous civilizations didn't look anything like us.
Right. Right.
That's going to be weird too.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. We'll just hold on for the ride, right? What has Mickey been saying all year? Don't look back. Don't look to the
No,
side.
just
You'll
hold
go.
hands and keep walking.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. You think we're ready to jump into this crazy journey? Well, I'm going to wait a minute. Martin is typing.
Oh,
Martin is typing. So let's see what Martin has to say. And then we'll jump into this journey that we're going to go on. Oh, Martin says, recorded even in our DNA are all the memories of all our ancestors gone before
yes.
us, viewable eventually, like a DVD. That is exactly what Mickey's referring to.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree completely, Martin.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's known now that the DNA has been messed with in terms of our telomeres were shortened and all kinds of
Mhm.
things. Because someone was asked, I think it was Bashar, but someone was asked what the natural lifespan of man was. And it was over 1,000 to 1,200 years. You know,
Right.
the Methuselahs, for instance, that's all we know about. But they more than twice that was the norm at one point. So that's going to change our view of things to a great extent, I think.
Yeah. And then we talked in the beginning about the cells. There's some cells in our body that has a 24-hour lifespan.
Exactly.
Others that have 50 or 60 years, depending on where they are. But they all have their own independent consciousness, and they know
Exactly.
their job, and they do it well.
And just like we have a reality organized into states and countries and so forth, like that, different ethnic groups and different countries, national groups, and so forth. The exact same thing exists inside the body.
Absolutely. Yep.
I think that's fascinating. I love it.
My God, Nikki, we have been all over the place on this one.
Yes. But that's just what the supermoon is like.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pulling everything else in the year that you've had to come up against and consider and manipulate and so forth. It's like, okay, this is it. This is the biggie. And for the year, get all your little ducks in a row, figure out what you want to ask for the next 12 months and reassess what you've done over the last 12 months, etc., and make your changes. Edit.
Edit. It's time to edit. All right, let's jump into this journey. So everybody
Okay.
get very comfortable. Okay, so let's just get comfortable. Take a deep breath in and out. Now we are going to do our 3 to 1 count, and then I will count you down the 10 steps to get into your heart space, your meditation room. And you can visualize and say to yourself the numbers as I say them aloud for you. So take a deep breath in. 3, 3, 3. 2, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1. Now I would like for you to visualize that you're standing at the top of the stairs. The bottom of the stairs is your meditation room. We're going down into our heart space. You can put your hand over your heart if you like, but just visualize the beautiful staircase with carpeting, thick plush carpeting, and a wooden handle rail to hold on to, smooth and warm. And let's start on the 10th step. And step down 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we are now deep in our heart space, finding ourselves in our meditation. Now, we may do a couple of different things, as I mentioned before. This is going to be about healing inside your body, inside your mind, wherever you think you need healing. And if you don't want to do that, you can use the quantum door and experience anything you like. But we're going to start at least in the lab, laying on our healing table. Let's all join me in there. Get on your table. You have water nearby. Everything you need is there. There are pillows, there's a blanket. Just lay down, cover yourself up. Get very, very comfortable. And let's take another deep breath in and out. Now that we're all comfortable and laying on our healing table, let's just start the relaxation process. We're going to start at our head, our scalp, and relax any tension that we're holding there. Our forehead, eyebrows, our cheeks, our mouth. Part your teeth slightly, allowing energy to flow out of your jaw, your neck. Your head is so supported so you can relax your neck and your shoulders. If you find that they're up near your ears, just let them drop down. Your shoulder blades just drop down, slide down your back like butter. Relax your arms and your hands and your fingers. Relax. Your chest, you can feel it rise and fall with each breath that you take. Notice that your breathing is a little deeper. As you're relaxing more, relax your belly. If you find that you're tensing your belly, holding it in, just let it go. Release all the tensions you're holding. Anything in your back, your hips, your buttocks. Relax your thighs, your calves, your feet. Let everything go out the soles of your feet, down to the earth. Mother Earth receives all the energy that you just don't need anymore. Just let it all go. Now that we are completely, totally relaxed, what I would like for you to do now is I want you to imagine, use your imagination, and make yourself very, very, very small. And we are already in our heart space. So we're small as an atom. And we are now floating inside our own body. And I want for you to go to whatever part of your body needs attention, needs healing, whether it be emotional healing that you need in your heart, or psychological healing, go to your brain. Could be anywhere physical in your body that needs attention. But just float around, and I want you to look for problem areas that you determine are problems. And know that you're as little as the little cells that make up these organs. So you can orchestrate them. You can set a captain or a boss, and that particular cell will orchestrate and gather all the little workers, and healing can take place at that point. And know that it can be anything. It could be, I'll use an example of a stomach. You could float into the stomach and look at what it looks like and see all the little cells there. And the stomach could look like a room. And maybe 3 of the walls are pink and 1 wall is blue. And you know that that blue room, the blue wall, needs to be pink like the rest. Well, you can gather your people around and have them paint the room, the wall, so that they all match. And that is the healing. You can do that anywhere in your body. So wherever you need to go, I'm going to give us, about 10 minutes of time to investigate your body, floating around, looking for any possible issues, and then allow your cells to do the healing. They know their job. You have plenty of time. You can begin. Now, make sure that you set one cell to be in charge so that everything goes smoothly and the healing continues. And thank each and every little cell that has helped to make this healing happen. Show your gratitude. Those little cells are so important. And notice all of the new little cells that are growing, being born every day. Our body is a wonderful place and it is very magical. And know that anytime you want to check in on your cells at any particular organ or part of your body, it's just a matter of imagining yourself tiny, floating through your body. Now, it is time. Just think about coming back to this time and this place where we're gathering together. So once you say farewell to your little cells, and know that you will check up on them again, you're not going to abandon them. And they are so happy to continue this work for you. When you're ready, take a nice deep breath in and out. And you can just sit up on your table, dangle your feet over the edge, grab that glass of water that's waiting for you. Drinking this water helps to ground you. We talked about how important grounding is at this time with all of these changes, and you just made so many changes to your body. When was the last time that you talked to the cells in your body? They were so happy to have you join them. Beautiful. Now, you're going to start to think about coming back up this time in this place. And I'm going to count to 5. And on the count of 5, your eyes are going to open. You're going to be wide awake, feeling better than you have felt in a very long time. Knowing that your body is healing itself and that you are the powerful master of your own body. Ready? 1, 2, coming up very slowly. 3, maybe starting to breathe a little faster. 4, maybe you're starting to move just a little bit, maybe a stretch. And 5, eyes wide open, fully awake, feeling wonderful all over. Hi, Martin.
Hi.
How you doing?
Okay. I was out.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Good. Wait.
Wasn't there a movie, Voyager, where they went into your body, and I think that's kind of where I was.
Oh, well, I guess I'll have to look that one up.
I think it was called Voyager.
A Fantastic Voyage.
That's
something
it.
like that.
Yes.
I'll have to look that up. Is
It
it?
was fantastic. Wow.
Hi, Mickey. You're still a little out, huh?
Yeah. Quite.
Yep. Definitely have
That
a
was
little
profound.
water, everyone.
Yeah, that was really profound. Wow.
It is one of the most effective healing techniques that I used over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I had forgotten, Audrey, about that movie. You're right.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I was too.
I love it. I love it. Nice.
I'm sure that I'll go right back to it in a while.
Good. Good.
I needed it.
Oh, good. I needed it too. You know, I had, I've been having stomach issues for the past week. So I worked at the stomach, and before I knew it, I was in the small intestines and then the large intestines, and then I started looking for more stuff. Yeah.
It was amazing. I had completely forgotten about that movie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There was one I know with Martin Short in it where he was, he was in some kind of ship or something that had been made very small to put into the body for him to do something, whatever. But
I
it's an
will have
interesting idea.
I look that up. Yeah. I don't think I ever saw it or heard of it.
I think
There
it
been
was
a
in the
couple of very.
70s.
Say what?
I think in the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, we're all dating ourselves now.
And Martin, you mentioned something. You said what? Fantastic Voyage or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, that's what I remember it called. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think so too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's an idea that's come up several times. Yeah.
I'll look it up. If there's a link to it, I will add it to the comments.
And I know that Star Trek had a couple of versions of that.
Didn't they have versions of everything?
Everything. Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. Yeah. It surprises me, yet it doesn't. Star Trek had it all.
It did. And it tickles me to think of who was putting an idea in Roddenberry's mind about some of those concepts.
What's that?
Yeah.
He got it from a seance. He went to a seance.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. And he contacted some beings that called themselves the Nine, and they said that there was a federation. They actually used that word that they were part of.
wow.
Wow.
That's interesting. The Nine.
We'll do some research there. Geez, if you have any links, we'd love to hear them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. And I'm pretty sure that Jane and Roddenberry crossed paths.
Wow.
I think so. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before Seth, that's what she did. She was a science fiction writer.
That's true.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
I've always forgotten that.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that may have something to do with how open her mind would have been to alternative ways of looking at things, so that she was a good candidate for him to come through with his ideas.
Right. Even though she didn't know the science behind it, she was open.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah. And Rob was curious about everything. So that helped a lot. Yeah.
They were quite a combination.
They were. Interesting. Well, I hope everybody has a great day. Definitely have some water. Go outside, stand on the earth, look up at that moon tonight. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah. And here on the East Coast, it's going to be clear skies. I don't know what it's going to be like for you, Martin. And geez, Mickey, it's probably dark where you are now.
Definitely. Been dark for hours.
No,
it was dark when we started.
Was it really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Daylight savings. I don't even know what to think about daylight savings. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? It's always bad when it stops, but it's always good when it starts.
It's been bothering me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just can't adjust waking up early and
Mm.
I think we should just stay on daylight year round.
I think
That
that's
would
what
work.
that is what people want to do, but
Yeah.
and my dog hates it. You know, she thinks that it's time to go to bed at like 6 o'clock now.
Yeah, well, see, it gets dark here by 5. It's dark.
Oh my gosh, 5 o'clock, it's dark here too. I mean, right now
Yeah.
it's only 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a real interesting experience in my away time.
Oh,
Probably sure it was. I
Good
don't
job.
remember everything right now, but I remember one part where I was like surrounded with all these little, and they were like little Brussels sprouts, and they were opening up like little clamshells and talking to me. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, that's
cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
Especially since we were talking about cells, and they probably are like little Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
fascinating.
Now that we have AI, someone did a version, a view of what it looks like when you're looking down into the cells, into an organ or what have you, and they were
Huh.
saying right the neighborhood of a cell, and it was amazing that it looked like a drone view of a city. You know what I mean? They had
Oh.
the same stuff and
Mhm.
crisscrosses like with our highways and across each other and stuff. I had never thought about it like that, but yeah, I guess everything is a bigger and bigger version of the same ideas about organization.
Hmm.
I'll have to find it. I'm sure I took a screenshot of it, but
Okay.
I don't
That
know where I'm reading. But
you are
it was really. Hmm?
yeah, I was going to say you are so much deeper into AI than I certainly am.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have not seen that, but yeah, definitely we'll put a link up to that if you can find it.
I'll look for it because it totally changed how I look at the cells.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
'cause
that makes sense. It does.
yeah, it made it much more relatable
Hmm. Hmm.
as little tiny entities of their own.
We have little cities inside of us with
They have
super high.
neighborhoods, states, and cities and countries, and all the zooming around. The same stuff we see.
Yeah,
Blew my mind.
interesting. Yeah. Well,
And
anything else?
I really enjoyed that meditation. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
you're very welcome. Very welcome. I hope it helps people.
I will.
There's so many people that I know right now that are ill in some way or another that I thought this was very fitting. And I was one of them. You know.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I feel great today, but for the past week, it's been just not, I have not been very good. Not myself at all. So hopefully this helps me because you know what? Every time I do this for this group, it helps me.
Yes,
That's good.
I can understand that.
Yeah. And during our little quiet time, right, I muted my mic too. The dog barked the whole time.
Really?
And as soon as I came back on, not a peep out of her. She does good. She knows.
That's cute.
It is. It is. All right. Well, I think it's time to close this full moon. I want to call it the new moon still. Full moon. God, it's 3:05 already. I can't believe this time just goes by so fast for us.
It does. I looked at that and I couldn't believe it either.
Yeah. Now I also want to, plug for everybody. If they have signed up for Celeste class, it will be on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I know I will see you there, Martin. And then Thursday night at 7 o'clock for anybody that signed up to Dawn's class, that will be held right here as well. And then we have a bunch of coming up. Oh my God, we've got Carol's writing classes coming up, and then we are doing gallery readings, so some mediumship readings. So we have right now we have 3 mediums that have agreed to do this. So we have Celeste and Dawn and Anine. So they're all 3 people are doing classes with us too. Anine's doing the writing class, Dawn's doing crystals, and Celeste is doing the mediumship. So yeah.
That sounds interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in the medium.
Well, go ahead and sign up. We're just going to pick, rooms 1, 2, and 3, unless we get a 4th medium, then we'll have a 4th room. And then as people sign up, they'll just be assigned room 1, 2, 3.
Now, if I get a spot for my sister, would I be with her or
Not necessarily.
not? Yeah. Okay.
And your sister has to be on Discord.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And somebody asked me that too, and they're like, "Can we buy it as a gift?" I'm like, "Yeah, but you have to be able to get them on, and then you also have to let me know who they are so that I get them on."
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Good point.
So yeah, just let me know if you want anything special, Audrey, and we'll make it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just iffy if she should even experience this right now. I don't know. I have to think about it.
How much has she expressed an interest in it?
No, she knows nothing about it, but her son died and she's never been the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, it depends a lot on how she feels about the idea of making a connection to him of any kind.
Well, she wants to. We went to see one of the psychics.
Okay, so she has expressed an interest in making contact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I mean, these are going to be short messages, about 10 minutes.
No, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's enough.
I'm not sure of her mental state. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, let me know. Keep me informed.
I will.
That is reacting to the idea of contacting Jack is very different from the one 4 years ago when it actually happened. Anytime in that first year or so, I had a very different interest in doing that than I have now. My reactions now would be quite different. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure it's something that's very unique to each person that's going through their particular journey through the grief, through the bereavement, etc. And what helps it and what adds to it, etc. It's different things for different folks.
Yeah. But I'm leaning towards it.
Okay. Well, talk to her and see how she feels. She may jump at it. She may, retreat. And you know her well enough that you can suss that out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okie dokie.
All right. Well, it's so good to be with all of you.
You too, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
See you in 2 weeks.
I'm waving.
Please stay.